looks over at the picture, and he points at the picture, and he says, pink. And my ex-wife looked at my son and looks at me, and he said, pink? What? That's not pink, David. That's silver. He goes, no, pink. And I said, pink was my grandfather's nickname.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's a good one.
And he had never heard the nickname before.
Right.
That's chilling. I like that.
That is wonderful.
It was 100% crazy. It was so cool. I told my mom, and she just lit up. And of course, David was always her special grandson, since that was her dad.
Yeah, he was the contact.
Yeah. Oh, that is so wonderful.
Great.
I love that story. You'll love my book when it comes out, Heaven Talks to Children.
Hey, when does it come out?
It comes out the last week of July, but you can pre-order it from Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or Borders. So actually people could order it now.
I'm lucky I have the cover.
Yes, you do. And you'll get the real thing when it's out, too. I'll send you one.
Nothing in the inside, just the cover. Let's go to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. First-time caller. George, you're up with us. Go ahead, George.
How you doing, Miss George? I love your show. Miss Christine, how are you doing this evening?
Fine, George. Nice to meet you.
I have a couple questions. No doubt in my mind that these children and these dogs and all these people that you've talked to have seen spirits, and they've talked to them. But I have one question, well, maybe two questions. One question is that, this is going to be a comment from you, I suppose. The book, the good book, the Lord's book said that the dead know nothing, and they sleep and they wake, and that spiritual incarnations are that of the evil one, which would be Satan. I believe firmly that heaven, God doesn't send people down to talk. These aren't really their relatives or whatnot. Satan does kind of crazy things to make people think that everything's okay and whatnot. How do you feel about that?
Well, that is really interesting, George, because I actually have a chapter in my book, Heaven Talks to Children, that deals specifically with that concern that people have. So it would take a really long time now to explain that to you, but I think it's worth for you to look at it because it gives you other passages in the New Testament of the Bible that says something a little different, and experiences that Jesus and his apostles had were different than what you just mentioned. For instance, I'll just give you a quick one. Moses and Elijah talked to Jesus on Mount Tabor, and they had been dead for years. So how was it that Jesus didn't say he was talking to Satan. He said he was talking to Moses and Elijah. That's a little something to keep in the back of your mind. And I hope you get my book and read that chapter. The chapter says, does the Bible permit spirit communication? Because it may just give you a new way, a new information to look at this topic.
Christine, how do the demons get to children? How does that happen?
Well, normally children have a lot of protection from their angels. But the angels are a higher vibration, and they are on the higher spiritual realms. And the demons are on a lower realm closer to the earth. Therefore, sometimes, even though you have angelic protection, they can fly under the radar of the angels. And but as soon as the angels notice that, they will intervene, especially for the children. But you just may have like a few seconds there where it's a very scary experience for the child. So that's why it's always good. You're alerting your angels. You're alerting God when you say, "God, help me," or "Jesus, help me," and it just gets everyone's attention very quickly.
Let's go to Philadelphia. Skip, take it away.
Skip.
Hi, George. I love the show.
Thanks,
and Christine, glad to talk to
Skip.
you. Hi. I have some photographs with orbs in the photos, which is believed to be energy in the form of spirits from the other side.
Right.
And
right.
the one, and I read this in Christina's book. Her first book explains this. And the one orb has actually my name spelled out in it quite clearly.
Really, Skip?
Yeah.
That's
and I have
amazing.
another one that my daughter passed 8 years ago from suicide,
Right.
and has my daughter's face in there along with our cat and our dog next to her.
Wow. That is unbelievably wonderful.
So that really hiked up my belief quite a bit.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank
Because
you.
I can't figure any other way that it could happen except for it's real.
That's right. That's right. Someone else sent me, well, I believe it was a friend of yours. Skip emails me, and a friend of yours sent me some orbs, photographs with orbs where her husband's face was in a number of these orbs. It was incredible. I mean, I could see them on my computer.
Now, how do you explain all this, Christine? How do you explain the communication? How do you explain what's on the other side? How do you explain the fact that they want to be noticed? What the heck is going on?
Okay. I think all these things that we're talking about are gifts from God. So when spirits can do these things, they learn how to communicate when they get over on the other side in heaven. And God sends them to us, and they're to bring us the comfort by these signs. So they learn how to do these things. I really, it's energy. I really can't tell you the technological nuts and bolts of it. I guess if, once we get there, we can find out how it works. But I just take it as a gift from God, and I'm just happy that it happens.
Well, you might be able to squeeze you, David, in for me. Houston, go ahead, Dave.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, David.
I was just curious, earlier you were talking about how the children were recently in heaven as the reason God hears their prayer.
Right.
And I was just curious where you got that information at.
Why? It's funny, David. I grew up thinking that we were first created on the earth, and reading about people who had near-death experiences, I've come to learn that God actually created us as spirits in heaven before we came down to earth in a human body, and that we actually made spiritual agreements with God in heaven about what our lessons are going to be that we wanted to learn. And a lot of us actually signed up for how we were going to pass over, because this was our mission, and these were the lessons that we wanted to learn to help us in our soul group growth to get closer to God and to be stronger spirits.
I haven't signed up for that trip yet. I'm not going to, not for a while.
I wish you all happiness and goodness and light, George.
Hey, Christine, we are rapidly coming out of time here. Give me your website. It's
ChristineDuminiak.com. So it's the spelling of my name together, ChristineDuminiak.com.
All right, great. And we've got that link at coasttocoastam.com. Thank you so much. Good luck.